evening, everyone. Hi, it's Linda here. Okay, just checking, turning my volume off. So I hope you can hear me. Everything is okay on your end. I'll be starting very soon. Hi, Robin. How are you? Hi, Janine. How are you? Good. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'll start in a little bit. I'll just wait for a couple more people to see if there are any more tuning in. And then we'll get started. Hope you're all well. It's been a bit cool here today. Just making sure I've got everything that I want. Yes, I'm going to be playing with lots of purple things tonight. Kind of got an idea in my head of what I want to do, so we'll just sort of see how that goes. I'm actually going to be doing a bit of a cutout page tonight. So you can see here, I might as well get started. Hello, it looks like we've got a few here now. So welcome everyone, this is Linda from Inspired Art Journaling, and like I was saying before, I'm playing around with lots of purple stuff tonight in response to a challenge where you can use lots of purple things to create. So I've got as much purple stuff as I could find, and I've got here my Stamperia Halo paste. It's a violet, and that looks really nice on black pages. So haven't used it much, so that's something I'll be using tonight. Also my new gloss, my Iris Gloss paints, and looking forward to the purples. Yes, I don't use a lot of purple. I love purple, but I don't use it a lot in journaling. But mind you, having said that, ever since Iris has been bought out, I've been using a lot more purple. So both of those products will be used tonight. I've also got my very messy gloss spray in Orchid. It's a purpley, pinky purpley colour. And I'm going to use also my Tim Holtz Distress Embossing Glaze. Now I've had these for, I don't know, probably 12 months. I have no idea, but I've never used them. And I was having a bit of a play this afternoon, and I thought, I don't know why I'm not using them, because they're beautiful. And they'll certainly, this purple will certainly be gorgeous on this project. Now I've got glaze, boss glaze everywhere. Sorry, that's one thing I don't like about it. It's very, very messy, and the lids don't go on very well. But anyway, so my focal images tonight will be the Moonshadow Siblings collage paper. Now, I am going to be doing a couple of pages, but we'll just see how we go with time, because I don't want you people to be stuck watching me forever. So I am going to be putting this second image on, but I might do that later if I go over time, okay? So, because I don't want to hold you up, but there will be the two images on the project that I'm doing tonight. So that's Moonshadow Siblings collage paper, and I'm going to be using this stamp here, another new stamp that I've had for a little while. I think it's a paper artsy. I think it was Tracy Scott. It's one of the mini stamps, but it's got this lovely little swirly design, and it just kind of reminded me a little bit of the frames. So there's lots of little curly whirlies on the frame. So I thought that might be good for a little bit of mark making, and I'm thinking I might actually cut this in half and use them separately. But anyway, we'll see how we go later on. And I'm using this stencil I believe it is a paper rose stencil. Hello Carolyn, hello Tracy. Sorry people for missing, got so engrossed in all my products on my desk here. Thank you for joining me, ladies. Yeah, so it's either paper rose or all on Create, but I'm fairly sure it was a paper rose stencil, and I thought it would be quite nice with this as well. So I'll just put these to the side for the minute, and I'm going to bring out my journal. Now, I have pre-gessoed with black a couple of pages, okay? I just wanted to get a bit of a head start on that, so that didn't take up too much time. So I want you to see that I've gessoed this page here, the double page. Just make sure I'm in camera. So I've double page there, and I've done that double page as well. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a cutout, and the cutout will be on here. Okay, that way I think it is. And the idea is that the images, there'll be one image there, and so when you turn it over, the page over, that image will be in the frame as well. So that's my plan. And yes, so we'll just get started, I think, with that. Let me just check. No, so ladies, do comment if you have a question or a comment, and I'll keep looking up the top there as often as I can. Sometimes I get a bit carried away, and if I don't answer you there, I will certainly answer it later on. I'll go through all of the comments later. And so, you know, I'm going to be using those products. I don't know, I've got some rhinestones out too. I might use them later, but we'll see. So the first thing I'm going to do, black gesso I've done on there. So this is going to be the cutout. So I'm trying to decide. At the moment, I'm just going to do this page and this page with my iris. So I'll just move this over and make sure that I've got my palette in camera. I'm going to put a little bit of iris there. I just so love this this colour, and now that they brought this out, I'm starting to use those. I've only used it once or twice. So now I've got a dry brush. I'm going to do dry brushing. I'm using what they call a bright. Now, bright is just like a flat brush. I've brought a flat one out as well. Now, when you look at them, they don't look terribly much different. You know, this one's obviously a bit wider. But on a flat, the flat's designed to do backgrounds and big long strokes, okay? And so the bristles are a little bit more flimsy, okay? Whereas on this one, I'm not sure, it feels dense. I'm thinking that maybe they jam a lot more bristles in here, and because the idea is that it is stiffer. It is much stiffer than this one here. There's a lot of flexibility, whereas there's not as much flexibility in this one. And that means you've got more control over your strokes. So, dry brushing with the bright, and because I'm just holding it up, and I'm just going to throw some paint down on here. I'm not sure I want to do it on this fold out page, so I'm holding on to it so that I don't do too much to it. I'm just going up and down strokes. Just want to make sure that there is purple right along the top there. Sometimes I'll turn it to the side so I get different strokes. I'll bring it down a little bit. As it gets down to here, I'll turn it to the side so that I get some stripy bits happening here. So I hope everyone is well tonight. Is anyone playing along or doing some fussy cutting or something? Or just watching me work? you have, it's quite a stiff brush, so it does make it a little bit harder to get some paint down sometimes, but it does mean you've got more control. Now let me just have a look at that in the camera so I can just see what I've got happening there, because I'll be doing some stenciling and other stuff as well. So how's everyone's week been? Is everyone on school holidays, or is it just Queensland? Right, get some more paint out. So I'm just going to be just very mindful up here, because I really want good coverage on the top there. I've got a bit of glare here, so from the light, so I can't quite see. So I'm having a look in the... Hi Susan, how are you, lovely? You've been playing all afternoon. Good on you. Having some dinner. Great. So let me just sort of see what's happening there. Oh, another week. Yeah, okay. I think probably most people are like that. We seem to be having our holidays earlier this year. All right, so now I'm going to just turn that around. My palette on there, because I'm going to do the same thing, just a little bit going up this way. Oops. Because the idea is the picture will sit in the middle there. So I'll just grab. So you can see I've turned the brush sideways just to push that paint down a little bit. I want to make sure there isn't a definite line, so I'll just keep going over it until I'm happy with it. I won't be going all the way up on some of it. I will take it up into that other section. There's a line there. Up the top there, I'll do it flat, and then I'll turn it to the side so that I get some generic. Now let me just see what that is like. Oh gosh, okay. Whoops. Gosh, we must be very early compared to the rest of the people. I suppose it's because of our wet summer too. We might, oh dear, finish a bit earlier because of summer as well. I'm just going to dry that off a little bit so I can open my page. And I've gone and done the wrong page, but anyway, we'll do it all. What it means is I'll be cutting a lot of that out, but that's okay, that's good. I am denied whether to do all the pages. So what I'll do is just start, now this is the top, yep. So, turn to the side. I mean, you can be, I mean, I know it's a purple challenge, but of course, you know, you can add a little bit of other colour as well. Look, you know, I've got the orchid there, which is still a purpley colour, but it's got a lot of pink in it as well. But, you know, I may even do a few little splatters or something in a turquoise or something, just to give it a little bit of, I don't know, I'll see how I feel. I'm trying to keep it as purpley as I can, just as the challenge to see that I can do it this way. So I'll need to take them down a bit because this is the top. Oh, okay, we started earlier this year. Yeah, I felt that we did too, because I think we actually started before Australia Day this year, which we don't normally. used to annoy me as a teacher because you wanted to teach some, or you know, focus on some historical elements, and it was all over Red Rover by the time we started school. So I always remember that Australia Day weekend was always the last weekend before school started. So who knows why that was. So I'm just dragging whatever paint is on here. Let me just have a look up in, oh gosh, I like that. Turn that around. This purple on the black is just so stunning. And like I say, I'm going to be using the Distress glazes. And I look up, when they first bought them out of last year, the new range, I bought like half a dozen different colours. Never used them, never even tried it. I watched Tim Holtz using them, but never, I was just too scared. I don't know why, because I love embossing. But just because they're a little bit different, and I'll show you a sample when we get to doing it, and it really does look quite stunning and lends itself, I think, to doing it on black. But of course, always go and have a look at Tim Holtz, because he's the master of doing these things. What I show you is my very amateur interpretation. Okay girls, let's have a look at that in the screen. Yep, I'm kind of liking that. Beautiful. Don't wash your brush, Linda. Just dry all that off so that we can go on to the other page. Because you've dry brushed it, it doesn't take long to dry. I just have to keep looking because I quite often get paint on my previous picture and I don't want to. Alright, okay, so we've got lots of paint there. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Paint's drying pretty well. It's getting, well, I don't know if it could be just me, but it feels a bit warm in here at the moment now that I've had the hairdryer on, the dryer on. So I'm trying to keep them as straight as possible. And I don't want it too flat at the end, so if I do it a bit flat, I'll just go back and try and bump that up a bit. Okay. Oh, hello, Tegan. How are you, lovely? Yes, I know. Thought you might tune in because I know you like your purple. Let me see, I think I need a little bit more on here. It does get a bit tiring on your arm doing this though, just doing the same strokes. Got a lot of lines there, I don't like that. Anyway, the picture's going to take up most of it. I'll just do this side quickly. Turn it to the side. Oops. So it's easy if you just put a bit of paint at the top and then drag that down into the space. So then I'll go back up here. I'm just having a look in the screen just to see what it's easier to look at the computer screen because I don't get as much glare as I do on there. So I'm just going to turn that around. And I just got to make sure when I finish this that I make sure the book is turned up the right way. The number of times I do things like this and then I end up doing the whole page upside down because I haven't looked properly. I find with every journal that I've started, there's always at least one page upside down. Even though I write on the front of my book, front and back, I still always manage to mess it up somewhere along the line. There we go in there. You're behind in classes and challenges. Oh, that's not good. You've been very busy though with your work and all sorts of things that you're doing, so it can take its toll. I got in the post today, I don't know if some of you read the post that I put up last week. I managed to be one of the winners of the Lindy's Challenge for August, and you get a $50 voucher, and I was lucky enough to win one, and I received my little parcel today, which was so quick considering it's coming from America. And I was just so chuffed to get it. I just love Lindy's. Okay, let's just have a quick look at that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yes, I saw you catching up on that. I saw one of them the other day, and I thought it kind of prompted me to want to cut out a page tonight. So this is my cutout journal. So if I want to do cutting out pages, I tend to do it in the one. I've got a big one and a small one. And if you like the idea of cutout pages, Claire Stead has a 13-week course in one of the 6x6 journals, and fabulous. My poor old fingers haven't been the same. Yep, okay, we're up the right way. Just double check, yep. Yeah, so my poor old fingers haven't been the same since then, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it was a whole complete journal. And so I was pretty chuffed with that. All right, so that's that part done. What I might do now this is where I've got to be real careful to make sure this is the cutout page. So I'm going to do that right now. Have to forgive me with my disgusting cutting out mat there. Now, I have pre-cut this. What I did, just so you know, what I did was I actually scanned that into the computer just so I could get the size, and I made sure that I got it the right size, and then I made the oval, I put an oval shape over the top of it on the computer, just so that I know that when I do cut out, because this one I think might be slightly smaller, I don't know, no, it's about the same, so that it just fits in there nicely. And so I've cut that down to suit my journal page. Now I'm going to very lightly put some washi tape on there just so it doesn't move. And then, keeping with the challenge, I found some purple washi tape, and I shall just get a pencil and whoops, oh dear, and just, oh gosh, this pencil's not, go around the shape. I've deliberately done it so that it's higher, it's not exactly in the middle. Okay, aesthetically it's always better to have it a little bit higher rather than leave a bit more space. It's just, I don't know, a media thing. Now, I don't know if you can see that on there. Yes, I saw that. You got 3 classes to go. It's such a nice achievement, Susan, at the end when you've done it. Right, so you've got your circle on there. So I'm going to get my knife now. So you'll need a knife, very, very sharp cutting knife. Okay, this has got a new blade in it. And I'm just going to very carefully cut around. So if your knife is sharp, it should be easy, because this craft paper can be, you know, it's a lot thicker than the normal Dylusions paper, but if you've got a sharp knife, it's extremely doable. Okay. Now you will get a bit of that craft paper coming through. And do make sure you've got your self-healing mat underneath at all times. You don't want to go through 6 pages. And do a little bit at the time. Turn your book. You're in charge, not the knife. Don't turn your body, because you'll end up cutting yourself if you do the wrong thing. Just a little bit more to go. There we go. Do that. Okay. All right. So there you go, we've got that nice cutout page, and of course you can see the craft. Let me just put that back on there. Cutout pages are not difficult, you know, just a simple shape like that. Start off with simple shapes. I mean, we got really, really fancy in the course that I did with Claire, but it doesn't have to be like that. Oh, that's gold. Don't want gold. So I'm just looking for my black Posca pen. I'm going to be lazy. and use this. See. So I'm just doing this so to cover up that craft paper. Yeah, so if you like the idea of doing cutout, yeah, Claire's dead on Art Journal Love from the UK. I'm just going to stand this up a bit just so I can see it better. You probably won't see much. Sorry, probably a bit dark. I just want to see because I don't want to. It's just a bit awkward doing this. I don't know. Is it easier doing it with paint? I tend to do it with the pen. I'll just do it quickly now, and if I need to touch it up later, I can. Here I am telling you it's easy to do, and I'm making it look so much harder than it really is. Alright. Okay, that will do. I can always fix it up a bit later if I want to. We're going to be doing stamping and stenciling and all sorts of stuff. Okay, so she looks pretty cute at the moment. So, like I said before, she will go into there like that. Okay, and then the other one, she will go on to that side there. Okay, and but we'll see how far I get with this. Yes, they are awesome. They are awesome, Susan. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm hoping I'll get through to that, but if not, I'll finish that off and I'll concentrate on this one here for the time being. All right. So what I wanted to, the reason why I wanted to do that, and can you believe it? I've lost my stamp already. I suppose you can believe it. Oh, Lordy, what have I done? Let me just, oh, here it is. Stop looking, I found it. Oh dear. All right. So the reason I want to cut that frame out first is because I want to do this part here. Now, I'm going to just cut them in half. Just because I think it's going to be easier to handle. Because this guy, oh, that's going to annoy me, but this guy's kind of curved, so I thought I'll do him around the edge there. So I will put a bit of paper down underneath that, just so that, now this is going to bother me, so I'm just going to do this, excuse me people, really bothering me that craft bit is sticking out. I think it's something to do with the way that I hold the knife when I do it. I tend to do a little bit of a bevel. Oh, hi Michelle, how are you, lovely? Awesome, yes, purple is gorgeous. Okay, so now I've got that. Oh, people, what have I done? There it is. I'm going to use some white stamping on this one. I might just grab a little tiny one here. How about that one? Just want you to be able to see it. So I've got a tiny little stamp, and I'm just going to go around the edge. Okay. Now I might, yeah, I don't know how I'll go. kind of curved a little bit, so that's why I'm doing it like this. Why I decided to cut that off. So I just want a little bit, I'll just bring that up so you can see. Just wait for the camera to catch up. Okay. Now, I mean, this would have been lovely done as embossing, but honestly, you know, embossing does take a lot of time, and yeah, so if I was just doing this myself, I probably would spend the time to do the embossing. I really like this stamp. I wished I had enough courage to do it going like that, but I just don't know if I'll. To me, that's something that needed to be a dry run before a practice run. Let's hope I can get the shapes in. Oh dear, that's going to be a problem, isn't it, when I get round to the end and I don't have enough room? We'll see. We'll do a bit of creative stamping. There you go. Okay, yep, that's not too bad. So I'll bring that up so you can have a look. Now, you know, I just lucked on that being, I mean, it's, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, anyway, so that's good. I'll just quickly dry that off, just in case. I opted to use white because I know the purple will go through the white as well, so the white is not pure white. You can see that it's actually a bit purpley there, which is kind of what I was wanting. So we'll do the same on this side. Hold that there so I can, mine camera, yeah. Yeah, so I'm quite pleased that I've got this stamp. It's a Paper Artsy, one of the mini stamps. I think it's Tracy Scott, but don't quote me on that. I did buy it from Nat, so I don't know if she still has it or not, but I don't have the, no, I don't normally keep the wrapping, so I don't even know what number it is, but if you look up Tracy, or look up the mini stamps, you should be able to find out what number it is. So I suppose this is going to have a little bit of a gothic sort of look to it because of the pictures and the colour. And it's amazing how you can just squeeze that in. It's brilliant. It's almost like it was meant to be. I will be using that stamp as well. Let me think. I'll just dry that off while I think what. Now, what I'm not doing an awful lot to this tonight. I mean, I could really go crazy and do lots of layers. I am a person who likes to do lots of layers. But I'm not going to do a lot of layers tonight. I will be doing a little bit of stamping and background stamping and, you know, a bit of text stamping as well. But for me, the magic is going to be when I do the stenciling with the embossing glaze. It's really, really brilliant, and it shines up so nice. But when you see it between the purple and the black, it's just so nice. So anyway, we'll let's get cracking so we can get onto that fairly quickly. So let me just put, so I am, let me think about this for a minute. Yep. I don't have a big plan in my head, but I just want to think about it step by step before I actually do it. I don't think I'll do it on that page. I will do it on this page. Keeping in mind too, I should just have a look, because, yeah, I better do a bit, because we're going to lose some of that. So just keep in mind that the circle there is going to cover up a lot of that there. And I'm not too worried if it comes out or doesn't come out properly. Just put a little one there. Alright. Stop it, can't help myself. Okay, alright, so we've got that. Yep, it doesn't look wildly impressive at the moment, but I want you to trust me. Oh, God. Trust me on this. We'll see how. Just dry that off very quickly. And my text stamp is here. This is one of my favourite Seth After Step text stamp. It says nothing. It's just little marks. It's like it's an old, really old book from the, you know, Middle Ages sort of thing. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was actually, I might put a little bit of that on there. Some up there. Not too much in the middle, so I'll just put a bit there. Oh, yep, that'll do there. Okay, so we'll put some here. So I'm hoping this will pick up when we put the glaze on. And we'll just see. I might just make it a little bit more distinctive down there. Okay. So there you go. We've got that on there. I'll bring that up a little bit. Gosh, it looks so stunning on the screen. Okay. So I know it looks a bit wild and woolly, but I'm hoping, remember, we're going to have the girls there, so let's see how we go. So I'll just give that all a big dry off before I start. Okay, now I will I'll just cover this up for the moment. Stencil, here we go. So what I'm going to do is the girl is obviously there, so I'm just going to be doing a bit of stenciling around the edges, a bit like a border around it in this pattern. Okay, and now let me get myself organised because it's going to get messy. Let me get rid of that palette because I need as much space as possible. This stuff is quite messy. To me it seems like it's finer than the ordinary embossing powder, but anyway, that's okay. Let's get moving. I always put my stencil off the page a little bit. So I don't know if anyone's been commenting because I haven't been able to see anymore. Is Michelle's comment the last one? But anyway, I'll catch up comments if I need to. Oh, before we go on, I want to introduce the embossing glaze. Now, I had a bit of a play this afternoon, so I don't know how effectively, oops, this is coming up. Seems a bit dark for some reason. I've got all the lights on. Just don't see it as much. Now, on this piece of paper, I covered it in black gesso, then I put a strip of iris down the middle. Now, on this side here, I've used the Versamark, you know, your standard embossing ink on that side, and then put the embossing glaze over the top. But with embossing glazes, you don't have to use this. Embossing glazes can be activated with any liquid. Now on this side, I've just used water. I've brushed water on this side, then just done the embossing powder, activated it with the heat gun, just like you would anything else. Now on my sample here, it does look a little bit orange peely. You probably can't see that, but can you sort of see the difference? See, like that's black and it's got the purple black there, but there's the glaze over the iris. So can you see how it just brightens it up? And it's going to really brighten up this purple that's on the page here, really quite nicely. Now I just didn't realise just how nice it is, but you know, if you think you're interested, have a look at Tim Holst, and you know, obviously he's the man that knows all about it, so he's the one that I would be, well, I get all my information from. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to do like an edge. So I'll take it down there a bit, take it there. I don't want to cover up the whole thing just yet. So what we'll do, I'll just do it a little bit at a time. Let's put that there. Okay. There's this glaze. Makes it awkward when you're doing it in a book too. Do give it a good shake. Oh, the lids, I don't know if it's just me not being up, but for some reason the lid just doesn't go on properly, and I've got purple everywhere. But anyway, it could be just me. So I'm just... Oh gosh, that looks gorgeous. See what I mean? It's all over the place. Oh dear. Sorry, people. Okay. Let's kind of put the lid on. I'll have to look at that. I might even put it in a new jar because I can't stand that. Now, you do need to make your heat gun nice and warm. In fact, before I heat it up, I am just going to brush, because it's a bit of a curve there and I don't want a curve. So just brush off if you've got anything there. And let me see, oh, I can hold that up a little bit. Takes a little while for it to activate. Now this stuff is quite deadly when it dries. Please do not put your fingers anywhere near it because it does take a little while for it to dry. More so than embossing powder. So if you do put a fingerprint on it, but you've touched it, I did that this afternoon. I just reheated it, I reactivated it, and it melted back again. So, you know, but it burns. That's the reason why you shouldn't do it, it burns. So keep your fingers away from it as much as possible. Alright, so let's just have a look at that. Okay. Now have a look at that. Is that magical or what? Let me just, yeah, love it, okay? So I'm going to do a little bit more on this side, stencil. So I've just got to be careful. I'm not worrying too much if it's not perfect. Oh, just want to make sure I've got it the right way. Okay, so alright, so I'll probably I don't even know if I'm going up there the same way. I mean, you probably could mark it off and all that sort of thing, but I'm not doing that. Right, let's see if we can do this a better time. This time. Okay. Now this is a little bit time consuming, so that's another reason why I may not get to do both the girls today. But that's okay, so I'm just going to brush off what I don't want there, because I don't want that activated, though it shouldn't activate if it doesn't have any liquid on it. So I think it's amazing that any liquid will fix it up. I'm kind of getting the hang of doing embossing on lives. It can be a bit cumbersome. Hold this up again. Now I did say that I'm not too worried about if it's not perfect at the joins and all that sort of thing, because I'm going to be using some of the gloss paint over the top a little bit, so I can cover up any bits that I don't like. So again, that just looks so nice. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, so just very quickly, I probably won't talk much. I want to get this section done, so I'll probably talk less, and I probably should do that one. And I'm going to do this side too. rub off too much. Just going to make sure there's none on there. All right. It's very windy outside. I don't know if it's rain or wind, but very, very noisy outside. Oh God! I need a bigger rub off. Oh dear. I think I need a bigger page, don't you? Oh, I just make life so much harder for myself. There we go. This off. Ooh, so always double check before you dry anything off. Okay, I mean technically it shouldn't activate because there's no no liquid on it. So is anyone still with me? I just don't know if I'm seeing, if everyone's commenting or what, because I haven't had a comment. I can't see a comment since 24 minutes ago. Now I think Tim Hall said there's plenty of activation time between putting the powder on and drying it with the heat gun. So you've got plenty of time to get yourself organised. Alright, that's just, you're still here, yeah, oh good, good. Oh awesome, thank you. Right, let's have a look. So that's one side there, okay? So the girl will sit in the middle there. Pretty cool. Anyway, I want to make sure that's dry before I put something down on it. Okay, we'll give it a go. All right. Okay, let's go. So I'll do this top bit here. Okay, so let's just have a look what I've got there. I'm just going to rub some of that off. Get my... I always insist on doing this on live. Must be awkward for you people to watch. Anyway, we'll get there. I'm so glad that I had a go at doing this, because, you know, I mean you pay a lot of money for these products that you, oops, didn't do a very good job of that. Okay, let me see. Light brush. Now, something that I did, that I probably shouldn't have done, is I cleaned it up with a wet wipe, which obviously leaves a mark. So can you see what I'm doing here is I'm just tapping on, because I'm trying to make a little bit of a design here, because it hasn't quite worked properly. There, so I'm just creating my own little design here, which is okay, I can do that. But I just want to make sure that I not being a very good advertisement for this, am I? Making it more difficult than it probably is. But if you've got the product, certainly have it a go at it. Just so damn fine. Just can't get over how fine it is. Alright, I'm rushing, that's the problem, I'm rushing. You're loving the embossing, Susan? Yeah, I'm glad. It is good. It's worth a try. Come on. Sometimes it does take a little bit longer to activate. Got a lot of liquid on this one too, so that could be hindering it as well. Yes, Susan, I bought like 6 or 7 of them. But yeah, this is the first time I've really used it. So I'm quite happy that you know, if it wasn't for the purple challenge, I probably wouldn't even still have opened them. Sorry guys, I'm just going to clean my desk off a bit. We've got purple haze all over the place. Gosh, I hate to think what my lungs look like sometimes. Always doing this stuff. Now I've just got to be careful because I put a little bit too much of the liquid on that side there, so I'll just be a little bit more careful this time. And I just was hurrying and oops, and try not to smudge it, Linda. It's got myself into a bit of trouble over the last one. Look, it is a bit rough and ready, but you know, it's good. It'll still look nice at the end. And I'm so glad I had a go at this glazing because it's pretty cool. Alright, where are we? The halo paste, again, I have used the purple before, but it's again another one of those products that we all see and we've got to have type thing, but without really knowing how to use it. I think that's the problem, is I've not actually learned how I'm supposed to use the product. Finally. Now I'm not going to put any of this on the middle, so I want it to have a little bit of point of difference. Get that there, put that over there. Lid's still not on properly, but anyway. Okay. Alright, one more time of activation, then we'll be finished that part. Come on. That's something too, it does take a while to activate. Tim Holtz says that he uses one of the, the high power ones like the Ryobi heat guns, that kind of thing, on the low setting, but it's just a much more powerful tool, so it does activate a lot quicker. These are only low. Sorry, I'm covering it up. Hi Kelly, how are you? Nice of you to join us. All right. let that cool down for a little bit. I mean, its shape is not terribly good, but that's okay. Just let that dry off. I guess the next thing that I probably will do is put the pictures on now. So we'll just see at this stage, what I'll do is I'll just concentrate on this page here. Oh, that's still hot. I'll concentrate on this page here and what I'm doing, and then I'll probably, this is, sorry Robin, this is the heat gun. This is the Ranger heat gun. So it is a lot hotter. It's not a hairdryer. A hairdryer will not activate any embossing powders of any description. So that's why I always use a hairdryer when I'm doing my stuff. So I've actually got two dryers here. This is just a travel hairdryer. I prefer that because it's not as hot, and because you are dealing with plastics when you're drawing paint. So I tend to use this, but it's a lot noisier. So when I'm doing lives, I like to use the Ranger because it is quieter and it is a lot hotter. But you must use this range, you know, a proper heat gun when you're doing embossing. Even the long, thin heat guns are okay for that. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to be putting this here, but before I put it down, I am going to just put a little bit of white gesso where her face is. Let's get rid of those things. Got a little brush. Yeah, this brush will do that I've been using here. So I'm going to put that down there. Actually, I should put that there first. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I just guess it. I don't want to cover the whole thing. So as long as I get her face and a little bit of her neck there, that's okay. Alright, and that's all I want to do. Dry that off. Okay, so just put the lid on that. So I'll get my matte medium. I've got a brush here, so I might as well use that. I'm going to use one of those bright brushes again because they're stiff, and I just think they help to spread it a bit further. Now I'm going to close this up again because I want to make sure I get it in the right place. Okay, I think that will do there. So I'm just going to put that down. Where is it? Put some that there. Obviously I fussy cut the images out today, so I should have mentioned that. I fussy cut I decided to actually fussy cut around the outside edge. Normally I would just sort of tear it, but I decided that I wanted the girl to be, I like the frame, so I wanted to see the frame. And can you see I'm taking it from the middle. I always take it from the middle of her face. Try not to overwork her face though, because the last thing you want is to rub off her features, and you will if you do it too much. Now I'm just going to rub around, because where I've got the matte medium on the glaze, I want to take that off because you don't want to dull that part. So just make sure you've got it all down nicely. Okay, put the lid on that for the moment. Oh. So can you see I'm using the hairdryer now? It's a lot noisier, I think, than the other. But I like it because it's a lot less impact on the actual product that you're using. All right. I can clean that up later. If it looks a little bit dull, just get a wet rag and wipe over it. It's just where you've got some matte medium. Okay, so there she is there. She's looking pretty cool. Now, I wasn't going to do a lot more to her, but I'm thinking that I will use just trying to think, I might put that over there, but I'll put it there like that because I'm going to do some splattering, and I will use the iris. I'm going to use this for splattering on here. I'll grab that out. Oops. Now, let me just move over. I'm off the page here a bit. So these are lovely. They've got the little stoppers in them, so you can control the stuff that you use. I'm just looking for I prefer a fan brush. So I'm going to pull that down because I don't mind if a little bit. Obviously, I just don't want it on her. Actually, even that, I don't mind a bit on her hair. So I'm just going to do a few little splatters. And I'm not too worried if it goes over onto that page there because I'm going to be doing a lot of dripping on that page. So I'm just going to push that out the way, bring that up here. Get some more of this. Got purple going everywhere here at the moment. Okay, so hopefully none of it went on her face, which is good. Wipe that off there. Okay, so you probably can't see any of this. Let me just bring this up. Just going to, I'll dry it off a little bit. Because it's getting all purpley, you probably can't see a lot of this. You know, I may even do, tomorrow I'll look at it and think, oh, it needs something else. So I might even do a little bit of white splatters or something, but it's looking pretty cool. So I'm just going to dry that off for a little bit. And I like the idea of using the gloss with the glaze, the embossing glaze, because they both are shiny. So they both got a shiny finish. So that might look wet, but it is actually dry. So I am going to I'll show you something else that I'm going to do with this. I've got the what is it? The Stemperia Halo Paste. And what this is, it's a white paste here. I'll just get a little brush. Okay. This little guy here. I might just have a drink while I'm waiting. Oh dear. Now it comes up white. Okay, but the idea is you brush it on, and when it dries, I probably should have done this first, but when it dries it's got a glittery, well this one has like a violet sheen to it. So I'm actually just going around all of the frame. This is another product I've used a little bit, but I haven't used it much, and it's dreadful because we spend all this money on this product and then we don't use it. But like I say, if it wasn't for the fact of this purple challenge, I probably wouldn't even be using it now. Now, what's going on there? Oh yeah, there it is. I might even put a little bit on her hair, so she get that raven sort of look in her hair, which I think will be quite nice. She's got a little bit of pinky purpley colour in her hair. We've got a nice big diamond there, sapphire. So I'm just putting some of this on. I'll dry it off. I think it really is best to dry it normally, but I'll dry it off just so you can see a little bit of the sheen, hopefully. If not, I've wasted my time. I can sort of start to see a little bit of purpley colour coming through. Come on. But again, it's quite possibly going to be one of those products that you won't be very effective on screen, but it will be quite effective. I'll put quite a lot on her hair, so hopefully you'll be able to see her hair shining really nicely. So let's go. I love the raven gothic sort of look of her hair. Put a bit on there. So I do believe it works better on dark black paper. So I don't know, you'd have to try it on others, I don't know, but my understanding it is better on black. So let me just, look, I can touch that up tomorrow anyway if it needs extra. So let me just put that in. Bring this up to okay, let me have a look at it. Now, I mean, I don't even know if you can see it. You can see it's glittery. I think in the light of day it's going to look a bit different. I don't know if you can sort of see. You'll see that there's lots of shine there, but I'm not sure if you can actually see, but I can sort of see the glittery parts there of her hair. But we'll have a look at that tomorrow to see if that looks any better. Now, what time is it? Yeah, see, it's 9 o'clock, so it's been an hour and a half, so I really don't want to hold you up any further. But what I will do is I'll just show you on this page what I was going to do, and I will get a nice long piece of paper towel. Now I'm just going to lean that up. Now I don't know how that's going to transpose on camera, so let's just see what happens there. Okay, you can't see much there. Alright, what I'll do is I'll do it down here. So effectively all I'm going to do is drip up the top, run, can you see that? Yeah, run this all along the top there. Maybe I'll even come down here a bit, because the idea is I want it to dribble. Okay, so I'm just going to, but I don't want it to dribble onto that page, so I've got to be careful. Okay, so I'm going to hold it up now, and hopefully you'll see the bottom of it at least dribbling a bit. Come on. So now it's like that. Now I can come around here. I don't know, you can't see that, but it's looking gorgeous. I'll show you in a minute. I want to resist putting water on it. I could put water on it to, oops, hang on a minute, to activate it more, but I don't want to loosen it, so I'll do this. Now, can you see what I've done there? I'll probably do a few more of them. Okay, so I'm just doing lots of scribblings down there, and I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Get rid of that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue doing it. You can stay here and keep watching me if you wish. If this is your moment to exit, you can do that as well. But I'll probably just keep pottering along here, so if you want to stay with me, you can. If not, I'll say good night to you, and thank you very much for stopping by. I will finish this off, and I will take some photos so you can see it tomorrow, and I think in the light of day, you'll see it in a whole new light as well. So thanks, guys. If you are going to leave me, so thank you. And I appreciate your stopping by, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Thanks, guys. But I'm going to keep going. All right. Okay. Thank you, Carolyn. Tune in again tomorrow, darling, because you'll see the last, the final picture of it. Thanks, Leslie. So I'll dry that off. Is anyone still there, or will I talk to myself, or should I just continue on? If you're there, I'll keep talking to you. Just got all over her face. Oh dear. You're here. Oh, you're still here. Okay, good. I'll keep talking then. If thank you, Tracy. Oh, Carolyn is still here. Good on you, darling. There's nothing on TV, so you might as well be watching. Oh, goodness me. Baby wipes and paper towel. I go through heaps. So I have to be careful. Just want to make sure that it is. Oops. I'm going to put the hairdryer on because it dries quicker. Okay. So just make sure that that's dry before you put it over there. Actually, I want that out. I'm going to put that, crease that up a little bit. Come on. Just stay here. All right. Okay. So now I'm just going to I don't know if you've actually watched Dina Wakley do this. I haven't. She does similar things to this because she likes that drippy sort of look. But you can paint with it. But I tend to use it like this. Okay, so I'll just do that a little bit. Looks messy, but you know, I do like the end of it, what it looks like at the end. Sometimes just need a little bit just to help it drift around. So girls, do try something like this. I don't know, and if you do try, please let me know. But show us on there, because I like to see what you girls can do too. That helps me. I must get tired sitting watching me do whatever. Come on, then you get. It's got a bubble. Ah, there you go. Alright, so I'll just let that dry off for a little bit. I will put some splatters on that. I haven't put the girl on there, so while that's drying off I might do that, hey? What else did I do on that page? Yeah, I just did her and then some splatters. Okay, so where are we? Where is she? Here she is. Oh, I can't do it because I don't know. Here we go. Just want to make sure I've got her in the right sort of spot. So around about there. She's a little bit smaller, I think. White gesso. Okay, a little bit of white gesso. Put that there. Gesso just around there. This is just so her face stands out a little bit, and because it's quite dark in behind there, so you don't want her face to look dark, you want it to stand out. So I usually just, oh, I've got purple all over my arm. Usually just do a little bit of that just so that it still pops out nicely. Right. Okay, lid on gesso and swap it over for matte medium. Okay. What brush am I going to use for that? I'll use this one. Ooh. I hope that's straight. Okay, so I'm going to do up there first. Just spread that all over, and then from the middle, can you see how her face is looking black there? It's because I didn't take the white up high enough. I don't mind so much of her the body, but I try and cover it up as much as possible. So I'm glad you got to see that, because, you know, I sit here and say, do this, do this, do this, and sometimes you just have to take my word for it, but when you see what happens, you're more likely to remember. Okay, right, where are we? Here we go. Let's start again. Let's hope it is enough. Yeah, a little bit still there, but that's okay. I'm not too worried. Just make sure you go out past where it is. Be very careful around those fiddly bits, but bring it out from the middle. Now it's a little bit wonky because I lifted it up. Oops. Just be very gentle with all those filigree bits. Oh dear, got a little bit of a... I can still see some black in there, but that's okay. I'm not going to rip it up again. Alright, just make sure that's adhered well. Just rub around, make sure you haven't got any on that embossing. Right, lid on that. Yeah, she's got a few lines across her face, but that's okay. Now, before I... Gosh, it's very windy. Look, feels a bit cyclonic out there. The wind is picking up quite a bit. Okay, so I am going to... Where's this part? Put that there. I don't mind covering up some of that, so I'm just going to splatter now. Okay, so I'll bring that up there. Bring it on this side as well. I'm going to put some of that, is it orchid? The orchid gloss? Mostly because the it'll just pick up nicely with that, the glaze. It's got that sort of plummy look to it. Just put in a little bit here so that we... Beautiful. Okay, that will do for that. Dry this off. Oh, there's purple everywhere. I'm going to be so sick of purple by the end of this. Alright, now, so I've got this orchid. I haven't used these sprays like they're supposed to be forever. They're just shocking. They just don't work. But it's better now they've got the different nozzle. Right, now where's my... So this is a pinky sort of colour, pinky purpley colour, so I quite like it. So it's going to add a little bit of interest over the pages. Now, if I've got time tomorrow, I won't have time to do it tonight. I would like to add some rhinestones to this, but you know, I'll do that tomorrow before I put some pictures up, and probably do the sentiment tomorrow too, because I want to rethink what I was going to do for the sentiment. It's changed my mind. Alright, so I'll just quickly do this one, and then I might have something special I might show you girls that have been hanging back, just to show you what I've got coming up. You just might be interested in it. Let's put a bit more of this on. I don't know if you've watched, what's her name, Dina Wakley. She pours her paint out. I couldn't do that. I'd have it going all over the place. That's okay. She's Dina Wakley. She can do whatever she likes. Oh, you should see my desk. It's got purple everywhere. Oh dear. Alright, let's start doing this side. Probably a little bit overkill with all the different, but I just sort of feel it needs a different colour on it. But true to I want to keep it in purples, on the purple line. I need a bit more. Alright, that'll do. Stop. Take that off. Okay. All right. Oh, let me just have a look at this. Let me just, it's very purpley, isn't it? My goodness, looks like I've thrown up purple all over my book. Look, it might need something else. I don't know. I might think on it overnight. But let's have a look at that way. Yeah, need something more on here. I'll probably put a few rhinestones. I don't know what it is. I'll have a think about it. I'll look at it in the daytime to see what it needs. But it certainly needs something else. But I'm pretty happy with that. Let me put the lid on this before it goes south. Whoops. Shouldn't do that over there. Yeah, so I've got rhinestones. I will put the rhinestones on. I haven't put any stuff on her hair there, so I'll do that too. But yes, it's kind of looking good. It is very purple. I think I'm going to have to go around. I'm going to do the halo paste on that frame there. But I've done it on here, but I still think maybe I need to outline it in white, maybe outline the girl in white. You know, I think I need a bit of white on here somewhere. But I'll look at that again in the morning and see what I think it needs. But at the moment, this frame has been lost. So I'll put the halo paste on there first. Then I'll go around and outline it and then see what else it needs. And yeah, but anyway, so yeah, that's I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it is purple. Now, I thought I might show you girls just a very, very quick look for October. I'll just move that out the way. For October, this is what we're doing in conjunction with breast cancer month in October. So I thought what we will do is have a look at doing a little decorate a bra. Okay, so in the kit you get the bra, the template of the bra, plus you'll get a packet of beads. There's different colours, so it depends on how quick you get in, if you get the colour that you want. Otherwise it's just a random. And yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool, and it's just, yeah, as a nice little tribute. We all know, excuse me, we all know someone who has unfortunately been had to undergo breast cancer of different forms, and yeah, so I think it's just our way of contributing to them. This class will go on sale on Saturday morning about 11 o'clock. If you would like to book it, I will be posting the kits out from the first couple of days of October. I'm still waiting for a bit of stock to come in. So as soon as that's been arrived, and if you purchase the kit, I'll get it out to you as soon as I can. But anyway, have a look at that on Saturday, and yeah. So thanks, girls, for sticking around and staying back, and I will continue finishing off my little purple thingy tomorrow, and I will put some pictures up for you to have a look at. But there's still a lot of work to be done on this. I like purple, but even I find it's a little bit you know, a little bit busy. Okay, so thanks, girls. I will talk to you again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.